Hello, it's Melissa and I'm back with my first process video with the November Clique kit. So that's it there, and it's called Tapestry, and it's full of We Are Memory Keepers wildflowers, pink paisley, cedar lane, some Dear Lizzie, and it's called Tapestry, and it is, oh my goodness, so beautiful. So what I'm showing you there is I have a new toy. It's a Silhouette Cameo, and I've been saving for it for a long time, and it's my Christmas present, and it arrived about a week ago, and of course I had to use it straight away, and I thought what better place to start than with Clique Kit's exclusive cut files for November. So it's the cut file that you'll get with your kit, and it says Sing Me a Rainbow, Steal Me a Dream, and what I did was I found the paper that has a gradient or an ombre pinky red tone on it, and I thought that would be perfect just to sit behind the negative of the cut. And so all I did was enlarge the cut in Silhouette Studio, bearing in mind that I probably had no idea what I was doing and was just playing around, but I found that keeping it simple worked out really well, and I'm so happy and so excited about all the possibilities of layouts and projects that I can make now that I've got my dream toy. So what I've got there is just a strip that comes on the cut apart from the Wildflowers collection, and I've just punched a punched a scallop with my Stampin' Up! Scallop punch, and I love how that looks on stripes, and so I decided whether to put it at the top or the bottom, and I've decided the bottom. And now I'm just going through the pink paisley Cedar Lane 6x6 pad. Now this is an add-on, and you can get that in the store. When I saw it, I had to have it, and I also got the ephemera pack, another had-to-have item. And so I'm just building some layers, and I've sped this up because it's, I guess it can be a little bit painstaking watching me do it. So I'm just mixing in Cedar Lane with wildflowers, and in this instance, I'm using my trimmer to trim them, and then you'll see that I'll kind of stagger them and make them a bit messy when it comes to sticking them together. So just working on the order that I want them, and it really depends for me on what is pleasing to my eye, and I'm really wanting the photo to be the focal piece of this layout, and also the beautiful title. So it's a photo of my third baby, and when she was about 12 or 14 days old, we went to our local autumn festival. Now, if you have seen my pocket page on Clique Kit's blog this week, that was the same festival, but the photo was 2012, so jump ahead 2 years to 2014, and we go to this festival every single year. My favourite day of the festival is the Saturday because it's a market, and yeah, I'm probably a bit crazy going out. I've had a cesarean with this baby, but my main aim was to get out of the house because I'm not sure if you're aware, but I may have said it before, but I was really sick in the whole pregnancy. I had hyperemesis, and so I was, pretty miserable, but not, what am I trying to say? I was miserable, but I knew that there was an end to the sickness, and I tried to stay positive and not complain because I know that some people would give anything to have a baby, and I knew that in this case with the sickness, because it didn't go away, that there was an end to it, and the end was the birth of our beautiful daughter. So anyway, I went out to this festival because my main aim was to get some peonies from my garden, and they are my favourite flower, and I'm happy to report that it's spring here in New Zealand and they have come up, so look out for them once they flower in a future layout. Anyway, a lot of rambling, all that to say that this is a little selfie that I took of Brielle. She slept, I think we were there about 3 hours. She slept the entire time, and we stopped for lunch at one of our favourite little cafes, and I had to snap a little selfie, of course, and that little red blanket belonged to the cafe, and I thought that's really sweet, you know, when you're cold. And so that little acetate, I think it's pink paisley, and it says snuggle up, and it was perfect for this little photo of her. Now it's an Instagram, and I'd probably put a filter on it as well. And I recently got a whole lot of older Instagram photos printed. I've worked out a way to do it because we don't have, as far as I know, here in New Zealand, we don't have anyone that prints them like you do in the States and Australia. So I've worked out a way to do it just off YouTube, and pretty excited about that, to finally get these photos printed. I find that if I print them at home, the quality really isn't that great. So I'm just wanting to adhere that with staples. I find that's the best thing to do with acetate, especially clear acetate. And I've sped up this part of the video as well because it's just really me fussing and deciding where I want my embellishments to be. And that doily that I've added is from my stash. I love doilies and I always have a whole stack of them on hand. And the twine that I'm using is the yard of twine that you get in your kit. Now this kit, I probably said it last month, but oh my goodness, this kit is so beautiful. I just want to create with it all the time. And so this is, I think, the first layout that I made. I made the pocket page, and I've made another project that's coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks, or even next week on the blog. So look out for that. But that's not a layout. There's a hint for you. There's a little, well, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to wait and see. And there will be a video with that project as well. So this is the first video I've made just for my channel. And of course, because I had my new toy, couldn't wait to play with it. And I'm so happy with how this one turns out. Nice and simple. Just tucking a few embellishments just to either side of the photo. And they really just help draw the eye into the photo, and they're just so pretty. Of course I had to add them. And I'm loving seeing what everyone else in the design team is making. This is our second month, and I have to say I'm just having a blast. Absolutely love it. Such an awesome group of girls, and the kits are amazing. So back to the layout. This is how I store my embellishments, and you'll see at this point I haven't, of course it's the first layout, so I haven't really made that much, and I've got quite a lot in there. I've got heaps of ideas on how I'm going to use all these bits and pieces. And I kind of kept things separate in terms of add-ons and main kit, but in the end I just put them all together. And I think that the cedar lane and the wildflowers go together really well. And I'm guessing that's because they are both autumn or fall collections, and the colours are just so rich and beautiful. And I think I've said before that I know it's spring here and you've got fall, autumn, but I have so many photos that I haven't scrapped that it's no big deal for me to be scrapping autumn and spring, or summer and winter, etc. I just love scrapping, so it's great to be getting some of these older photos scrapped. So I'm just playing around, and that butterfly will end up there. And what I'm not wanting to do is completely dominate one side or the other. I'm wanting it to be quite even. And I think the butterfly, because it really is quite special, and I make it special by adding dimension with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, that really helps, I guess, add a bit of special feature on the right side and not have it competing with the other side. So when you look at the layout, it reads as one, but there are features on each side to look at. I hope that makes sense. That's the best way I can describe it anyway. So the acorns in this collection are so cute, and I love that there is gold on both collections. I'm a huge, huge fan of gold, as you probably know. I never want it to go out, and even if it goes out, I'll still be using it. I'll be stocking up on Colour Shine. I'm on to my second bottle of Colour Shine, and I have a tip with Colour Shine, and I'll share that when I get to the splattering part of the layout. So here I'm adding this tiny little, it's like acetate, but it's foiled in gold heart. And I did try and work this flower in, but in the end it's just too much. And so I'm adding my journaling, and all I'm saying is that it's her first autumn festival, and she snuggled up with me in the Moby wrap. I'm a big fan of baby wearing, and just we were there for a couple of hours, and she slept the whole time. And there's a little hand come to take my phone away. So now I found with Colour Shine, especially the gold, that you really have to shake it a lot, or else you get kind of watermarks on either side of it. The other tip I have is I'm finding that if I splatter it once on a piece of paper and then splatter it on my layout, I get really good splatters. So that's my tips for you. I'm using a pale pink and of course the gold. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you subscribing. I am so behind on watching everyone else's videos. and I apologise for that, but I'm doing my best to catch up. So yeah, I'll be back again really soon. I've only got this close up to show, so thanks for watching.